So again, hello everyone. My name is Nayala Schuler, and I serve as chair of the SACAG webinar committee and will be assisting behind the scenes with technical support, as well as monitoring the Q&A throughout today's webinar. On behalf of SACAG and the webinar committee, we would like to welcome you to today's webinar titled In Our Dry Run Era, Know Before You Go. We're also excited to partner with Caleb, Lauren, and Maya Walker today for today's webinar, which is essentially designed to assist you all with learning more about what to expect at this year's Dry Run program, to provide tips for making the most of this experience, and to answer any questions that you may have as you prepare for an unforgettable Dry Run experience. So a few housekeeping rules or notes, not rules, a few housekeeping notes before we begin. This is a webinar format, so audience mics are muted. We do encourage you again to use the Q&A box for any questions you may have for the presenters. And if time allows, we will answer those questions at the end as well. We also, again, invite you to engage in the chat box as well, to engage with the presenters and amongst yourselves. Again, this webinar is being recorded and will later be shared for future viewing purposes. And so at this time, we would like to thank you again for joining us for the In Our Dry Run Era, Know Before You Go webinar. And I will now turn things over to our presenters, Caleb and Lauren, to get us started.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone for joining us. And thank you to everyone for being so excited about the next few days as we hit Dry Run this weekend. My name is Caleb Rogers. I am the Associate Director of Admissions at Georgia Southern University. I am housed here on the Armstrong campus in Savannah. So I'm excited to have you all here in just a few short days and to share a lot of good information this morning.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lindsey Nickels. I am the Assistant Director of Events and Visitations for the Office of Admissions for Georgia Southern University. And I am also housed on the Armstrong campus here in Savannah. So like Caleb said, really excited to get to meet all of y'all in person very soon. And I'll let Caleb take it back over.
Awesome. So a couple of things that we're going to talk through this morning, just to give you a brief overview. Want to clarify what to expect. I know some of you are very familiar with Dry Run from some of your coworkers or supervisors, and some of you this might be completely brand new. And so we want to make sure we clarify what to expect and include a little bit of an overview of the schedule and things like that. Lauren's going to talk us through housing, what that looks like. I know you probably have a lot of questions about that, as well as dining. We're going to talk through some transportation and travel information that you need to know in advance. We'll talk through a packing list, see what kind of questions y'all have after that, and we'll let you go on with the rest of your day. So to start with, what to expect. I just wanted to kind of look at Dry Run in general and a couple of things to point out. This is for new admissions and recruitment staff. Now, the word new means something different to everyone. So there really is going to be a variety of people here with varying levels of experience. I know we've got some people who have been in their roles for almost a year, who have done a travel season, but this is their first chance to go through Dry Run. And then I'll also tell you, I've got 4 new staff members that started 2 days ago that are going to be at Dry Run, and we've got everyone in between. And so it's a really good group, but everyone is doing something that's admissions and recruitment related. We're also going to have 23 seasoned faculty volunteers. And so we've got a lot of them that are here with us this morning. You can see them in the chat. I know Jeremy and Jackie both just introduced themselves most recently. But we've got people from all across the Southeast that are coming with a wealth of experience that are leading some of our sessions. They're going to be your small group leaders and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to learn from a lot of great people. It's an opportunity to learn just about the field of admissions and about recruitment. You're going to learn about some of the trends that are happening and some of the standard and best practices that you can use as an admissions staff member. And then there's so much more. The other thing that I want to go ahead and tell you up front, because some people need to mentally prepare for this, you can expect to work on Dry Run speeches. Dry Run speeches are basically an opportunity for you to start perfecting the elevator pitch that you need to keep in your pocket as a recruiter. You're not going to get up in front of all 150 people and give this speech, don't worry, but you will be working in a small group throughout the time here, and you'll get to present your elevator pitch your dry run speech to your small group. So I did want to go ahead and throw that out there now. You don't have to worry about saying it in front of more than 10 or 11 people, but just so you know. Content-wise, the schedule is broken into a few different things. First off, there are some general sessions. There's 5 of these, and this is where all 135 participants are in one room for one session. Everyone's getting the same content. A lot of the small groups that we'll talk about later, you're going to be discussing the content from these sessions. There's also a lot of breakout sessions where you can kind of choose your own adventure. Topics range from recruiting for small, medium, and large institutions to working with parents and families, learning about financial aid, all that kind of stuff. So there's a handful of different choices that you can choose from. I highly recommend, if you're coming with a group from the same institution, divide and conquer with some of these breakout sessions. There's an opportunity for you to all get a little information and share that with each other when you get back to your campus. You are going to be placed in small groups, and so these are led by our faculty members, and it's an opportunity for you to get in a small group, debrief, process the things that you've talked about, all that kind of stuff. And then we will have a session of roundtable discussions, and you'll learn more about this from your small group leaders. But this is just an opportunity to be in a little bit more of an informal setting, not in a presentation, but where you can get with people that maybe have similar roles or similar experiences, and just chat with each other, get to know each other, ask the questions and things like that. In terms of the schedule, I want to first off clarify, because I just found out that we may have something mistyped online. It does start on Sunday the 14th. So participants will arrive anytime between 12:30 and 2:30 to check in. The welcome and the first general session are going to happen shortly after that, starting around 3:15. And then you will get to have your first small group meeting as well. So you'll get to know the people in your small group, who your leaders are, all of that good stuff. And we're wrapping up with a big dinner in our ballroom Sunday evening. Monday, your day is full of different sessions. That's general sessions, breakout sessions, small group meetings, and those roundtable discussions that we talked about. And then Monday night, always one of my favorite things. Each small group is going out to dinner together. So this is a chance to continue to bond with your small group leaders, the people in your small group, all that good stuff. So you'll do dinner together Monday night. And then on Tuesday, you've got another day full of sessions, some general sessions, some breakout sessions, and some small group meetings. And then Tuesday night, we are doing our social. We'll talk a little bit more about that when you get here on Sunday, but that's going to be at Starland Yard here in Savannah. It's going to be a fun time, and so we'll get you some more details once you get here. And then Wednesday, you will start Wednesday morning by doing your dry run speeches with your small group. And then we'll have a big closing session and a little bit of an activity there. And then you'll get the chance to check out. By noon. We should end that closing session around 11. So that gives you an hour to grab everything. Hopefully you're already packed, to get checked out of the housing and hit the road however you need to. Lauren, I'll let you talk a little bit about housing.
Awesome. Okay, so we are going to be staying at Windward Commons. I am going to drop the link in the chat really fast so y'all can kind of see the floor plans. The Windward Commons building is our freshman residence halls here on campus. We will be staying in private suites. So they have two, there's like a semi-private and a private option. We will only be utilizing the private suites, so you can see those floor plans online. You'll have your own bedroom, but you will be sharing a bathroom. We did try to assign roommates based off of institution, but there are some that are going to be rooming with people that they've never met before. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Linens are provided, but if you are picky about linens, definitely bring your own. I would recommend bringing a blanket, a pillow, and a towel. When you check in, you're going to be given a physical key and also an access card. The card will get you into the building, and the key will get you into your room. I will let y'all know that if you lose the key or the card, there is a fee. It's $250 to replace the key, and it's $20 to replace the access card. If you lose those, SAC-AC will not be able to cover that cost for you. That is going to be on you. So try not to lose those. And also, a lot of our beds are slightly lofted. So if you are in need of accommodations to have that bed lowered, please go ahead and let me know as soon as possible. and I will work towards getting that lowered before you arrive. Caleb, next slide. Awesome. Dining. So we are going to be providing 6 meals for y'all. 5 of them are going to be in the galley, which is our cafeteria style dining commons here on campus. You will be given like meal tickets for the galley. So you'll have 5 meal tickets when you check in. One of our meals is going to be a buffet style dinner in our student union. On your own, you're on your own for Monday and Tuesday. Monday night, we are doing a small group dinner. So we will actually have some locations picked out for y'all, but that is on your own. And then Tuesday night, you're on your own as well. That is the night of the social. I will point out that our social is taking place at Starland Yard, and they are known for having some really great food trucks on site. So if you are interested in eating at food trucks, you can actually do so at the social location before the social starts without having to deal with transportation between those. And then we also have a Starbucks on campus, and that is open Monday through Wednesday from 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Sorry, my mute button got lost. Thank you, Lauren. I want to talk through some details about transportation as well and just some things to know. So please, please, please arrive by 2:30 on Sunday. We start the welcome session at 3:15. That gives you some time to get into your room, make sure everything's good to go, make sure you have everything that you need, all that good stuff, and then get over to University Hall. I will say, we're only using 3 buildings on campus, and they are all right next to each other to avoid having to walk through the heat too much. But I will say, just please be there by 2:30 so that we can get you good to go. I know we've had 1 or 2 people that need to arrive a little later that have let me know. That is great. If you know that you will not be here by 2:30, please shoot us an email just to dryrun@sacac.org. Shoot us an email and let us know so we can make some arrangements there. Leaving at noon on Wednesday. So the last session ends around 11, and then checkout is by noon on Wednesday. Please look at the arrival time and the departure time if you are still working on travel details, like if you're still booking flights or anything like that. Please note that those are the times. And so try and plan around that. It takes about 20 to 25 minutes to get to and from the airport and campus, depending on traffic. Savannah Airport is typically pretty fast, but I will say if everyone is going there at the same time on Wednesday, security lines may take a little bit longer than normal, so just plan ahead on that. If you need to, again, arrive late, or if you need to leave early, please let me know. Again, shoot us an email to dryrun@sacac.org so that we can coordinate different check-in and check-out times for individuals. Parking is available on campus. So for those of you that are driving a vehicle or driving a rental to campus, parking is available. Please, please, please check your email. Everyone should have received, I believe late last week, maybe early this week, a parking link to set up a parking permit while you're here. If you are driving a car that you already have access to, please go ahead and fill that out now. You do have to have the license plate information though. So if you're going to rent a car when you get to town on Saturday or Sunday, please wait until then to fill out the form so that you have the license plate number. That is what's going to be the parking permit. If you don't see that email, check your spam, check your junk. Sometimes it'll go there, but everyone who was registered for SACAC got an email sent to the email address on file. And then please note that our campus is in a lovely spot of town where we're not too close to downtown. It's quiet, it's peaceful, but that does mean that for some of these dinners and things like that, you might want to drive, you might need to drive or Uber or Lyft or things like that. I mentioned that now, so that you know you can have a car and you might want to use it, but also go ahead and talk to your supervisors now about what it looks like if you are trying to do reimbursement for Ubers or Lyfts, things like that. Go ahead and have that conversation now so that you know what kind of receipts you might need, things like that. I definitely encourage you to have that conversation. The big things are going to be going to dinner Monday night. Since everyone's going to different locations, we're not able to really provide mass transportation. you might be able to carpool or get a couple of Ubers as a small group, but just note that one is going to be a big one. And then Tuesday night during the social, we will have some shuttles running. But for those of you who are going somewhere specific for dinner or something like that, just know that you may need to make your own plans for that. Packing. We're going to kind of talk through this and let you know, at least from my experience and from my perspective, what you need to bring. If there's something that I don't cover in the packing list that you want to ask about, go ahead and throw that in the chat or in the Q&A specifically, and we can cover that. Comfortable, casual clothes. Keep it semi-professional and appropriate. And I know that we all hate the term professional. It is very, very subjective. So what I will say is myself, I'm a male. I'm going to be wearing a polo and shorts throughout the entirety of dry run. I'll have my Georgia Southern polo on most of the time. It may be a different polo, but that's what I'm wearing. In the past, I've seen people in combinations of shorts and skirts and kind of light summery dresses and simple blouses and polos, things like that. My big thing is avoid sweats, avoid t-shirts. You don't have to dress like you're coming to work. It's hot. Keep the khaki pants at home if you want to, that kind of stuff. But that is going to be the dress code throughout the entirety. So while you're in sessions, at our dinner, at our social, obviously the social, you can be a little less formal if you want to bring a t-shirt or something. We're going away from campus for that. Just please remember that you are with professional colleagues. And so be comfortable, be casual for the social, but keep that in mind. Comfortable shoes. I'm limiting the walking as much as possible, but you are going to be walking around some, especially with dinner Monday night. Some of y'all might want to go walk around downtown a little bit, things like that. Bring some comfortable shoes. Wear whatever shoes you want while you're here. We're not going to be picky or kind of policing what shoes people are wearing, but be comfortable. Bring a raincoat of some sort. It is Savannah. It is the summer. It will rain most likely at some point. So that is going to be a thing, but just please plan for that. Business cards, if you have them. Some of y'all are new enough that you may not have business cards yet. I know I've got some staff, we're still trying to get their email accounts set up. But if you do have business cards, or if you can get like a makeshift business card, it's a great opportunity to network and make sure that people have your contact information and that you can get contact information for the people that you meet. A notebook, writing utensils. You'll get a program that has some space for note taking, but if you're anything like me, that's not nearly enough for the amount of notes you might want to take. So plan on bringing that with you. I didn't put it on here, but like if you've got a laptop and if there's an expectation that every day you spend a few minutes in your email from your supervisor, plan to bring that with you. Don't forget your charger, all that good stuff. Lauren mentioned towels and pillows. Again, we have linen sets for you, but you will need to bring a towel and you will need to bring your own pillow. I put some equipment and attire on here. We do have the tennis courts right next to Windward Commons. There is also a disc golf course. If you're going to do the disc golf, pack bug spray as well. There's also a walking and running trail around campus. So just if you're the type of person that wants to utilize those facilities, plan to bring that equipment or plan to pack some clothes for that. An extra blanket and personal linens. Again, you'll be given some. If you are picky about the linens that you sleep in, I would say feel free to bring your own. It's not a fancy hotel. So that being said, feel free to bring whatever comfort items you need to have a good night's sleep, but there will be some basic linens provided. Feel free to bring some snacks. I know there was a question about having microwaves and fridges in the room. There's a mini fridge and a microwave in every room. Keyword mini fridge. But you're welcome to bring some stuff that you want during that time. I'll also say that we are right next door to a Walmart, a Target, and a Publix. So if you get here and then want to stock up on some things during some free time, feel free to do so. You'll want to bring some hand soap. That is something that's not going to be in the rooms for you. So bring some hand soap, and then toiletries, medications, things that you would normally travel with, obviously, and then refillable water bottle. That one's a big one, and I cannot emphasize this enough. It is hot here, y'all. I know some of y'all are in Florida, some of y'all are in this area already, but some of you are coming from a little bit cooler area. It is hot here. I do not want anyone falling out in the heat. So please, please, please plan to stay hydrated. We've got water bottle refill stations in all of our buildings on campus. So bring a water bottle that you can use for the time that you're here. And please, please, please stay hydrated. Some FAQs. I'm going to cover these, and then anything that's not covered here that you want to ask, we'll have the time to go through those questions in just a minute. The first one, are all sessions required? And what if I have a meeting? So I'll start by saying yes, all the sessions are required. The whole purpose of attending this is to get this information and to be a part of these conversations. And so it's really important that you make every single effort to attend every single session on here. If you have a meeting and your boss is telling you, you absolutely cannot miss this meeting, you have to sit out on a session to do this meeting, just let someone know, let a faculty member know, hey, I've got to take a really important meeting. It's non-negotiable from my boss, and we can let you sit aside for that. But go ahead and have that conversation with your coworkers and your supervisor now to set that expectation that Monday through Wednesday, I am busy, I am in sessions, I am getting good content. So do that as much as you can. Do I have to stay on campus? Yes, you do. That is part of the experience. We want to make sure that we're taking responsibility for you for a few days, so we want to know where you're at. And it's also part of the experience to build your network and to get to know the people that are here. It's a great part of the experience. We're doing everything we can to make sure that that stay is as comfortable as possible for you. But yes, you do have to stay on campus. Will I be rooming with a stranger? Lauren mentioned this earlier. If you've got multiple people, same gender coming from one institution, we tried to pair you together as much as possible. But every now and then, someone does have a random roommate. You will have your own bedroom and share a bathroom with that one person. But we tried to even put you in close proximity. So if you are the odd person out from your school and you did have to get a random roommate, we at least tried to, as much as possible, to put you maybe next door or right across the hall from them, so you can still be around the people that you know, if that makes you feel safe and comfortable. Will we have access to the gym? So yes and no. It's not included. And part of that is our gym has weird hours during the summer. We don't have a lot of students on our campus during the summer. So it is open from like 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's not open on Sunday. You do not have access to it right now, but if you want to use it during those hours, you can purchase a day pass. I believe it's $7 a day. And we can show you, it's right across from the residence hall. So you can walk over there, just say, hey, I'm here for the conference, and can I purchase a day pass? And they'll let you do that. Will sessions be recorded? We've gotten this asked a little bit. They are not going to be recorded. This is an in-person experience. I know a few years ago, at the height of COVID, we had to transition this to online, and there were some online and some recordings available and things like that. But nothing is being recorded. This is all in person. So please plan to attend every session while you're here. The last one, can I smoke on campus? I had to include that one because no. We are a tobacco-free campus, and so we are even weird about the vaping. I sound like an old man when I say the vaping. So please refrain from doing that on campus. I would appreciate everyone following that rule so that some poor student worker doesn't have to awkwardly come tell you not to. But I will say this residence hall and the areas of campus that we're on are kind of on the edge of campus. So if you do need to hop in your car or get away and go across the street for a second, there are some places you can easily do that. Just please refrain from smoking and vaping while you're on campus.
And if I could jump in really fast and point out one more thing, if you are planning to access the gym or purchase drinks at our Starbucks, we are also a cash-free campus. So please be aware of that. If you try to pay with cash, they will not be able to accept.
That is a great note, Lauren. Thank you. That being said, I think we're ready for any other questions that y'all have. So feel free to put those in the chat or in the Q&A box, and we'll see what we can answer.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lauren and Caleb. So I will say for our participants, our faculty in the audience, as you are sharing those questions, Lauren and Caleb, we did receive a question in the Q&A about the speeches that you referred to earlier. So the elevator speeches. So if you can talk more or elaborate on the elevator speeches a little more as they prepare for dry run.
Yeah, that's a great question. And I will say too, in the first small group meeting that you have on Sunday, you're going to get a lot of detail about this as well. What I would tell you now so that you can prepare, this is just going to be for a couple of minutes, and it's supposed to be kind of, when I say elevator pitch, just a quick summary of your institution, who you are, what you offer students. Basically, I know that we don't like to say the word sales, but basically your sales pitch. And so what I would tell you now to prepare for that, especially if you're a little newer, and to my folks that are listening, don't worry, we've got some notes that we're gonna to get you to prepare. Have some notes about the big selling points for your institution. Have some notes about you know, your enrollment size, your admissions process, maybe some of your big majors, or if there's anything big that you're known for as an institution. Come prepared with those kinds of details. Your small group leaders and the faculty that are here will help you kind of massage that into an elevator pitch and into this speech. Again, we say speech, it's only a couple of minutes, it's nothing major. But it's definitely just an opportunity for you to be able to do a quick sell for your institution. I tell people, if you're thinking about this, don't necessarily think about if you're standing at a table at a college fair, because we know that those conversations are more relational with students and based on their interests. But think about if you are at an event and they invite every college in attendance to come on stage and give a 2-minute overview of your institution to get someone's interest so that they will come talk to your table. This is that 2-minute overview, that 3-minute overview. So really just that overall sales pitch with the highlights of what makes your institution unique, what makes you you, and why students should be interested. I rambled, but hopefully that helps.
Thank you. We did also receive a few questions about the attire for the social. So one question is, should the attire be a nicer outfit? And the other question is, should we bring a nicer outfit? So the same question. So if you all can elaborate on the attire for the social and what to expect.
Yeah, for the social, I would not say that you need a nicer outfit. I'll be in the standard polo and shorts for it. We will be in a covered, or we will have a covered area available to us. I will say we do not have the whole place rented out because I can't remember, it's either trivia or bingo, but Tuesday night is either trivia or bingo night at Starland Yard. Y'all are welcome to participate, but they said they cannot shut down on trivia night for us. So we will have a little private area that is covered, but it is mostly an outdoor venue. Again, we'll be there around 7 o'clock, so it'll be cooling off, but don't feel the need to dress up or dress nice. Basically, it's a food truck yard. So it's the kind of place where you walk in and you can put a card on file when you first get there, and I'll talk about that in a second. And then you can go to any of the food trucks, any of the bars, any of the stations, and just tell them what card is on file up front, and it's all done that way. So it's a pretty cool place to hang out, try some different things. You will be given one drink ticket that is on our card on file. If you plan to have any food from the food trucks, or if you plan to have more than one beverage, you would need to plan to put a card on file when you get there as well that you can use. But if you're just going to use your drink ticket from us, you shouldn't have to pay for anything when you get there. But all of that to say, it's an active venue. It's a kind of outdoorsy venue. Don't feel the need to dress up. Feel free to go as casual as you want for the social.
Thank you. I will share as well that one of your faculty members, Stephanie Molina, is in the chat reiterating that it's hot at Starland Yard. So if that helps you all prepare in terms of attire. Awesome. So we do have a few questions that came through, one through the chat, one through the Q&A about breakout sessions. So I'll combine those questions. The questions are, will we get the breakout session options before the weekend? And then if you all can discuss the registration process, if there is one, for the sessions as well. So again, access to the breakout session options, and is there a registration process connected?
Great questions. I will say as of right now, the plan was not to put out the breakout session options beforehand. However, I don't mind us doing that if that would be helpful so that you can kind of plan around it. The breakout sessions don't start until Monday. So I will say you get here, you'll get all the breakout information on Sunday, and you will have some time Sunday evening to kind of review those options if you want. But if it would be helpful, we can see about sending that out in advance. I can connect with Diana on that. I will say you don't have to register for the breakout sessions. You can just show up to which ones you want. Hopefully, none of them will get too full to where people can't make it in. If that happens, we'll do what we got to do. But each breakout session, there's 4 different time slots for breakout sessions, and each one has 3 options. So a total of 12 breakout sessions to choose from. So you really just get to show up to the one that you're interested in. Just like any other conference, if you show up to one and you're like, actually, I don't know that this is going to give me the information that I was hoping, I want to go to another one. No one's going to be offended. Faculty, if you're listening, don't be offended. No one should be offended if you need to step away and change sessions for whatever reason. But we can, if it's helpful, we can try to send those out maybe tomorrow or Friday.
Thank you, Caleb. And there's a question about walking and transportation in the Q&A. So the question is, what is the average walking distance on campus? And is there any public transportation to the historic downtown district?
Great question. On campus, everything is super close. Lauren, I don't know if you want to pull up like a campus map URL that we can drop in there. I'll tell you all the 3 buildings that we're going to be in when she puts this link in. It's University Hall, the Student Union, and Windward Commons. And the 3 of those are right next to each other on one part of campus to try and keep you all from having to walk around too much. I don't know the best way to measure, but like from Windward to the Union, which is where we're going to be eating, I would say maybe a 2 to 3 minute walk. And from the Union to University Hall, maybe a 45-second to a minute walk. Everything's really that condensed. In terms of getting downtown, there is some public transportation in Savannah. I'll be real honest. I personally never used it. I don't really know much about it, so I don't know that I can strongly recommend it or not. I would say if you want to go downtown, the easiest thing to do is probably, if you've got your own vehicle, just to plan to drive and park downtown or to hop in an Uber. There's going to be a lot of people wanting to go downtown. So it's a great opportunity to get a group together. And then I'll also say that all of the dinner locations that we're working on for Monday night for small group dinners, even though transportation will be on your own, all of those dinner locations are going to be in that historic area. So if you are planning to spend some time downtown, Monday, you're already going to be heading that way for dinner. And so it's an opportunity if you want to stay a little after dinner and hang out downtown and sightsee a little bit, you'll be able to.
Thank you. I will share as well for our participants and even for faculty, you have some advice coming through the chat right now. So things that you may want to prepare to have, like a portable fan, but also some advice about navigating your time in Savannah from one of the faculty members, Stephanie Molina, as well. So I've see a few questions, 2 in particular relating to the residence hall. And so I'll pair those together as well. So one from Taylor, is there a curfew for the residence hall? And one in the Q&A, is the residence hall co-ed?
Great question. There's no kind of a curfew there. I will say we have staff at the front desk, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., I believe are the hours. So if you're going to come in after 10 p.m., I hope you have your key card and everything that you need because there won't be staff working the front desk, but technically that key card will let you in at any time. It is a co-ed building in that the people in the unit next door may be the different gender, but we have done actual pairings for roommates for the private suites based on the gender that we have on file from your registration. So that your unit, your private suite, your bedroom, the other person's bedroom, and the shared bathroom between the two of you is assigned by gender. But overall, floors are going to be mixed up with everyone. And I see there's a comment too about finding out your roommates when you get here on Sunday and check in. So that's what it is. If anyone, I worry saying this because I don't want to open up the floodgates. If anyone truly has any concerns about figuring out your rooming situation for whatever personal reasons, and you want to shoot us an email, again, just dryrun@sacac.org. We can look. I say that everyone does not need to ask who your roommate is or ask for special considerations, because the room assignments have been made based on what we've already heard accommodation-wise from people. So just know if it is a pressing matter, if you really need to know for whatever personal reasons, you can reach out.
Thank you. And it looks like we have another question just came in. So I'll pivot to this question first before the question in the Q&A. There's a question about air conditioning in the residence hall.
It is an air-conditioned residence hall. It should be good to go. We are confirming everything with housing as we go throughout the week, just to make sure that everything is working, but it is a fully air-conditioned facility. Should be good to go.
Thank you. And there is a question in the Q&A about pairing participants together. So the question is, will representatives from the same school be in the same group?
Oh, great question. No. So when it comes to the small groups, we have split everyone up. That is your opportunity to meet some new people. It's also a great opportunity to make sure that we don't have 5 of the same dry run speeches presented to the same small group. So your faculty will not be from your institution. So some of y'all have faculty coming from your institution. They will not be your small group leader. And then if you are coming with other folks from your institution, they will be assigned a different small group as well.
Thanks so much, and thank you all for your questions in the chat, the Q&A. I do know that we still have some time, so I want to keep the floor open for any questions that you all may have. So again, feel free to use the Q&A box for any questions you have. In the meantime, as you're doing some brainstorming, I would love to actually open the floor for Caleb, Lauren, and Maya Walker to share any advice, any tips, any insight that they would like to share as you all prepare for your dry run experience as participants and faculty, as you prepare to impact and lean into this experience as well. So again, I would like to open the floor for your insight, your tips, also for Maya Walker to give her formal introduction and speak with you all as well.
I can go first. Hi, everyone. My name is Maya Walker. I introduced myself in the chat, but it's been so active, which is super exciting to just see you all ask questions and your excitement around attending Dry Run this weekend or next week. But again, I'm Maya Walker. I am one of 3 professional development co-chairs on the SACAC board. So I co-chair with Allison North as well as Malika Lindsey. So when you see emails or reminders coming out when it comes to professional development programs regarding SACAG, it's usually coming from the 3 of us. I have had so much interaction with SACAG over my 12 years in the admission profession, and particularly with our professional development programs. And I know we have quite a few faculty on this webinar. So if you're a faculty, please drop in the chat, like if you were a dry run participant, what year and where it was. And if you've been faculty before, share that as well. I think that really helps our newbies learn how impactful dry run is. I'm a former dry run participant. I participated my first year in admissions in 2012 at the University of South Carolina. And then I was a dry run faculty in 2020 virtually, where Tulane University hosted that. This experience is so special. It really is a connector, not just to our work as admission counselors, and the work that you're going to be doing throughout the next year or so, but really to our SACAC organization. So many of us started as dry run participants and now have had such a full experience of just like doing other involvements, leading, having different responsibilities, and really just we know the value of this experience. And so obviously I want to take a moment to thank Caleb, Lauren, and Georgia Southern for their initiative on this and just being so intentional with the curation of this. What I hope you walk away from this experience is learning that it takes a lot to do our work. And I can say that on this recording. We are the faces of our universities, and that is such a gift and also a responsibility. And so Dry Run allows you to be in community with other people who understand your profession. We have a running joke when you've been in admission for a long time, like I go to Thanksgiving and my family still doesn't know what I do, right? But like you're building a network at Dry Run of people who know what you do. I'm excited for you when you go to your first college fair, whether it's on the CACRO, a LACRO, or probe circuit, or doing Tennessee fairs or Arkansas, Louisiana, all of SACAC, and you see someone who is at Dry Run with you, or you see your Dry Run faculty, and you know that at that fair you have someone who knows you and is going to look out for you. It's an incredible bonding experience, and I hope you take up every single moment of it. And you get to do it in Savannah, which really, like, you don't have to twist anyone's arm to get anyone to go to Savannah. So I just wanted to say hello. I wish you so much luck. You all are going to learn so many things. Be open, be enthusiastic, make connections. It's going to help you so much in the future.
Thank you, Maya. I'm looking in the background at Lauren and Kayla.
I keep
I'll
losing my
jump in.
mute.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren Nickels. I introduced myself at the beginning, but I'll just say again that I am the Assistant Director of Events and Visitations here at Georgia Southern. And this is actually my very first dry run experience ever. So I am very excited to be involved in this. And I am most excited for, to reiterate what was just said, the community aspect, and to really build a network and learn and grow in my role through experiencing dry run. So I'm very excited to meet everybody and also just experience this.
And I will say, I did not get the chance to attend this as a new professional. And I found out a couple years after that I had missed out on a really cool opportunity when I heard everyone on the road, like Maya said, talking about their experiences and things like that. But I did get to be on the faculty last year when we were at the College of Charleston. And what I would say based on that experience is really what's already been said. Meet people, use this as an opportunity to really network and build that community. These are some of the coolest people you will ever meet. I think that, you know, we talk about doing passion work, and it's 2024, and it can sometimes get a bad rap. But this is such a unique field that we're in, and it takes such a special person to do it. And so I think all of the people that you're going to interact with, both as faculty and the other participants, are some of the most amazing people who have the best heart for working with students. And so really take advantage of that. I would say if you're coming with a group of coworkers, especially if you're new, do take some time, bond with your team members. This is a cool experience to go through together, but don't limit yourself to that. Don't be afraid to really step away every now and then from your team members that you see every day and meet some new folks, build some new relationships. These are the people that you're going to see on the road. You're going to see them at conferences. These are the people that you're going to be able to email when you have a question about how to do something. So really take advantage of that. And then the other thing that I'll say is, treat this like a conference. I know that we are a little more informal and a little more laid back than a typical conference, but this is an opportunity to learn so much. And there's going to be a lot of information thrown at you. You're not going to remember everything that you learned, but do take some notes, get some takeaways. I know we do a practice with our office where anytime someone goes to a conference or participates in professional development, they're expected to come back and share some key takeaways with the entire team. And so even if that's not an expectation in your office, bring some takeaways back that you can share with your team. Ask your supervisor to be able to present kind of the things that you've learned. I think that's a really cool opportunity for you. But definitely come planning to learn some things, take some good notes, and bring some good information back.
Thanks so much, everyone. And I do just want to reiterate that we hope that you all really lean into this experience, take it all in, network, and just know that this experience is ultimately designed to help you build a solid foundation for the work that you'll do moving forward. There was a question in the Q&A that we were able to answer about the number of participants that are registered for Dry Run. And so we're excited to see that so many of you will be gathering in Savannah in just a few short days for this experience. So with that in mind, I do not see any additional questions in the Q&A or in the chat. And so at this time, I would like to close out the webinar. Again, thank you all for joining us today. Thank you to Caleb and Lauren for such an insightful and an impactful presentation to help you all as you prepare to gather together in Savannah in just a few days. Thank you to Maya for the insight you've shared and the expertise that you've provided as well. And again, we wish you all safe travels. We wish you all the best as you prepare for what I'm sure will be such an unforgettable and a rewarding experience. From here, please remember that this webinar has been recorded and it will be shared for future viewing. And until then, we wish you all the best. Have a great Dry Run experience and take care.